Are you focused on building your credit? In today's episode, I'm going to show you whether you should use a credit card to do it. Hey, it's Uzziah, your success consultant, and in today's video, I'm going to show you whether you should get a credit card to improve your credit. So if you're serious about your success and improving your finances and building an empire is important to you, go ahead and subscribe to this channel now, because this is the #1 home for you to be able to build a professional legacy as a Black man. So I know it sounds like a silly question. Should you use a credit card to build your credit? But if you saw my last video about the top ways to get out of debt, I showed you that there's more ways to improve your FICO score than simply having a credit card. So in this video, I want to share with you whether or not you should get a credit card in order to build your credit. Now, as your brother, I'm going to give you the real deal, because I know that there's a lot of controversy and there's a lot of debate surrounding this issue. Some people tell you should go ahead and get a credit card. It's going to build your credit. It's going to let you travel. It's going to give you perks. It's going to be great. You're going to be able to live like a king and, get grapes handed to you. Credit cards sound like a world of fantasy. Then on the other end, you have some people saying that credit cards is directly from the devil. You should never get one in your life. If you got one, get rid of it. If you're thinking about one, get rid of it in your mind. Don't dream about it. Don't think about it. Just get rid of it. There's two totally different ends of the spectrum. And in today's video, as your brother, I want to show you how to find the perfect balance. So, you should not get a credit card if you are not responsible when it comes to managing your money. You should not get a credit card if you have no emergency savings. You should not get a credit card if you don't have a consistent stream of income, because having a credit card is a lot like having a loaded gun, in that it's very dangerous in the hands of somebody that doesn't know how to use it. If you are not good right now at being organized, managing your money, meeting deadlines, do not get a credit card, because you're going to ruin your FICO score potentially for years to come. The only time I would safely recommend you using a credit card is if you are able to pay the balance in full at the end of every month. Having a credit card that you're paying on time every month will do a lot for your credit score, because one of the key factors in determining your credit score is the length of time you've had an existing line of credit. So the key is paying it on time, paying it in full. Don't allow any interest to rack up. Here's where the trap comes in. Everybody gets a credit card and they think, I'm just going to make one purchase, maybe two. But as you start swiping that plastic, it feels good. Studies show that when you're using a credit card, you don't get the same emotional reaction as when you're taking out actual cash. You're more liable to spend a lot more money on purchases when you're swiping a piece of plastic than when you are actually parting ways with hard-earned cash that you worked so hard to get. So as you're thinking about this credit card, don't run it through the roof. It has to be kept in check. You have to stay disciplined, because what happens is, if you have no emergency savings and you fall on hard times, guess what? The minute you fall on a rainy day, what you're going to do is you're going to take out that credit card and you're going to use it to pay for everything. And then before you know it, bills are going to rack up. More and more interest is going to accumulate. And before you know it, you're paying double, triple, even quadruple the amount on the credit card that you actually accumulated in the balance. Like when you have that balance and then it starts being compounded with interest, because the credit cards are charging interest on this. It's not just free money. Once you're paying the interest all the way through the life of this balance that you have, you could end up paying double or triple the amount that you initially took out in the first place. So if you're going to get a credit card, you must use it responsibly. Now, I can tell you for myself, whenever I use a credit card, I use it primarily for business purposes. I really don't like to use it for personal expenses because I only make money through my business purchases. If I have any personal expenses, I like to pay that in cash. But when it comes to my business expenses, sometimes if I need to use a credit card, I will. I use it a lot of times when it comes to traveling, because when I do a lot of my traveling for my business, I'm always on the road, and a lot of the credit card rewards points gets you a lot of hotels. It gets you a lot of frequent flyer miles. It just helps with that experience, giving you some free perks. But I want to warn you in advance, don't get a credit card simply for the perks. If you get a credit card and it's just simply for the perks, simply for the rewards, and you're willing to spend $1,000 just so you can get $30 cash back, that's never good math, okay? So when you take out a credit card, to recap, make sure that you are responsible. Make sure that you can meet deadlines. Make sure that you're good at managing your money, and make sure that you already have a consistent means of income, that you have emergency savings in place, and then and only then will you be the perfect person to start getting going on building credit through your credit card. So if you want to make wise decisions with your finances that's going to benefit you for years to come, subscribe to this channel now, because I'm going to be doing more and more videos about proper, responsible ways for you to manage your money and build wealth over time. And I want you to leave me a comment right now, and I want you to let me know what your plan is going to be when it comes to building your credit. Are you examining yourself and waiting until you get your first credit card? Are you waiting until you get your consistent stream of income? Are you waiting until you get your emergency fund in place? Or are you ready right now to go ahead and take out some credit? Maybe you already have a credit card and you're trying to figure out how to work your way out of debt. Whatever your situation is, I want you to let me know, because in the very next video, we're going to talk about how to take your credit into the discussion on whether or not you should buy a home. I'll see you there.